By the way, for this episode, I'm just going to be reading Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type.
Yeah, that's a great story. We have it.
So good.
Howdy. This is Thursday, April 12th, 2018, and this is episode 70 of Due for a Win, the Atlantic City and Casino Biz podcast. I'm Kyle Askin, joined, as always, by Craig Stone. What is good, Craig?
It's good to be back. I don't know that you can really say as always. I mean, I noticed you hesitated because I wasn't here last episode.
I had to build the suspense. The people don't know if you're back or not.
That's true. Yeah, hopefully I'm back for real, and this is not just a
one-off
for the next
I had a
few
one-off
weeks,
when we were actually in Atlantic City recording, right?
Yeah, you got an Atlantic City trip out of it. How do I get that?
Well, you had your opportunity. You could have even had transportation, but you chose not to come.
That's a good point.
So how has having a second child been?
It's a lot of work. The days are not bad because I'm still home from work, thanks to Due for a Win's incredible paternity leave policy.
It's one of the best in the industry.
It's pretty amazing. It's one of the best in the Atlantic City podcast industry, I would say.
I think it might be the best.
Probably is. But the nights, picking up the toddler and then having both, that's a lot.
That is definitely a lot.
So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to next week when I wake up in the morning, deal with both kids, go to work, come home, deal with both kids.
So next week, are you both back to work?
No, Andrea doesn't go back until she's off for the summer.
Oh, right. So she doesn't go back till the fall.
Yeah, it's great.
But
all that daycare money saved.
You'll be back
straight into my gambling budget.
Sweet. You'll be ready to go. So like August trip, so you can just blow that all before it can be reappropriated into daycare budget again.
Yeah. I mean, ignoring that, my wife's not getting paid during this whole time. So.
Right. So just so the listeners know, it is 12:30 in the afternoon right now. I actually took off work to do this because, much like my situation when my child was very little, we're not up to nighttime recording yet because it's still a bit chaotic for you, right?
Yeah. My son goes to bed at around sometime between like 11 and midnight still. This is when he finally goes down to sleep. So our typical 9 p.m. recording time is not going to happen. But
not going to happen for a little while still.
Yeah, not too far away from shifting.
How old is he now?
Almost 7 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Timmy started getting a lot more consistent right around 2 months. So hopefully Holden is the same.
Yeah, my daughter that's when she started sleeping longer.
Right.
It's just like something clicked and all of a sudden she was sleeping like 13 hours a night. It was very weird.
Mm-hmm. Is he still waking up a ton in the night too, or?
No, a couple times. It's not so much, but I had some gambling success during my break.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I won I won an NCAA pool. I entered at the last minute, got my bracket in with 9 minutes to spare.
Right, you texted me or G-chatted me at noon, basically, on the Thursday that the game started, and you're like, shit, I need to enter a pool.
Yeah, so a friend of a friend got in, and I won out of 190 entries for $1,300, so a little more than hitting a royal on a quarter machine.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'll be sure to report that to the IRS next year for you, to do the favor of not forgetting about it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm surprised I didn't get a W-2G, because it all felt very formal. What about you? You went to AC, we briefly mentioned.
I did. So
where was your trip report episode? I thought...
I could have done it. I thought about doing a solo trip report, but that seemed kind of weak. So
okay, fine.
Do you want me to run through it? We can do a trip report right now.
Yeah, let's talk about your trip. I want to hear about
it. I started. This was just about almost exactly a month ago. I think it was the week. It started on Friday, March 9th, and the first thing I did was actually drove up to Hoboken and met with you. I thought for sure I was going to be able to convince you to come with me, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, no, my kid was like 16 days old, less. He was like 2 weeks old exactly, I think. at that point. So no, that was never going to happen.
But I did manage to get a free lunch out of you, thanks to my brilliant success in our resort building competition.
True. I got you, 2 slices of pizza?
2 slices of pizza and a root beer, I think.
Yeah, at a generic slice joint in Hoboken.
It was super great. saved me $10 or something.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, maybe not even.
It's Hoboken. It's more expensive than down here.
It's true.
So anyway, I was actually, part of the reason I went up to Hoboken was because I met one of my friends from grad school who was actually in Hoboken for a conference, and we were going to go down to Atlantic City. And I actually wonder, it might be worthwhile maybe to see if he wants to come on, because he'd never been to Atlantic City before.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good.
And he's been to Vegas like 50 plus times probably, just to kind of pick his brain about it. I mean, I did in person a little bit, but it was to pick him up and spend some time with him. I haven't seen him for probably 5 years, and just show him around the city. So after I met you and your new son and Andrea, I picked my friend up, Craig, and we drove down to the city from Hoboken. So I know we mentioned before you took your break, before Holden was born, that I chose to stay in resorts, which I think was a good call. So we got there at about, 3 or 3:30 on a Friday, and checked in, and I figured we were going to be there for 2 nights, so I would try the $20 sandwich. And it actually worked perfectly in some sense, because we got upgraded to the junior Coral Suite, or whatever, the room with 2 bathrooms that I've had before. That's nice. Just really a fantastic room. But it was super awkward because Resorts now has it where like you scan your own credit card on one side. So I gave them the sandwich and they just took my license, and like the money flew out and was just laying on the counter. And they just didn't touch it the whole time, so it was just sitting there.
That's fine.
And there's like people walking by, like a supervisor next to him, just like looking at it. But nothing was said. I just stood there awkwardly for the 2 minutes while they were checking me in with the money laying on the counter, and I still got upgraded to the Coral Suite. So it was a success.
Did they take the 20 or no?
They did. They took the 20 afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, they're allowed to accept tips, I think. I don't think that's so weird. Anyways.
So, yeah, it was an awkward experience, though. Do not recommend having the $20 to go like that.
Sounds good.
So we checked into our Coral Suite and headed down to Tropicana is the first thing we did. So one of the things I wanted to do with my buddy Greg was kind of show him all of the casinos in Atlantic City, being that there's not really that many. There's 7 right now. So we went down to Trop and had some happy hour food at Bar Elan and had a couple drinks, which I know is something you get behind all the time, right?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I do have to say, one of the disappointments, though, is they had changed the happy hour menu.
Oh,
they do not have skewers anymore. But they had some ceviche, I think, which was pretty good, too. And they still had the empanadas and the cheap beer. So it was still a good experience. But the skewers are really what were my favorite thing. So it's a little bit of a bummer. They
seemed absurdly cheap. I wonder if they realized that people were, taking advantage.
So that is one piece of bad news. So we didn't gamble or anything in Tropicana. I just walked him around it. And then we headed back up. And
you didn't put your card in the machine just for one spin?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. We walked back up to Caesars and Bally's, just walked through there. Didn't play there either, but just kind of showed him around. And then we went to Piccadilly, actually, for wings afterwards. And had a beer there as well.
Updated thoughts on the wings, still very good?
Still fantastic, I think. I think I like them when me and you went more than you did.
Yeah, right? I thought they were good. I didn't think they were amazing.
Good, not great.
Yeah.
Is that your assessment?
Sure.
I think they're very, very good. So we went to Piccadilly and then we walked across the empty lot in between Piccadilly and Irish Pub and went in Irish Pub and actually got a little bit more food. And, we just got some meatball appetizer there after getting a dozen wings at Irish Pub and
still food,
a bunch of food at Barlon. Doing the Chuck buffet, I think, is what we definitely did Friday night. So we went to Irish Pub, had another drink and some more food. I know Greg really loved Irish Pub and Piccadilly.
Yes.
I think they were probably 2 of his favorite things
nice.
During the trip. After that, we actually took an Uber because I wanted to swing by the distillery, Little Water.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, it was closed, which I don't know why it was closed still, but because I think it was supposed to be open on a Friday night, but it was not. So we just ended up going back to resorts and spent the rest of the night there gambling, and then had even more food at Ruby's Diner, one of my favorites in resorts. Oh, yeah. Had a hamburger at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
perfect way to round out a day. When you have a hamburger at 11 p.m.
No, that's great.
It's been a good night.
I mean, you said you got there at like 3:30 and went to Boardwalk and Piccalilli and Irish Pub, so you kind of had
a lot of food was had Friday night.
Yeah,
but it was a good time. So we woke up.
How was your Ruby's?
It was pretty delicious. My burger was good.
The food court at resorts, underrated dining experience in Atlantic City.
It's really fantastic. So woke up Saturday morning, a little bit worse for wear, but not too bad, I think. I mean, we would have been really worse for wear if we had gotten some Dunkin' Donuts at 2 a.m, I think. As we found from you, that's really the signal that something's gone wrong.
Right. Yes, it's bad. Burger at 11, fine.
Yeah, burger at 11 is acceptable.
Donuts at 2, not good.
You're headed for trouble.
Yeah. I mean, you're already in trouble. The trouble is what led you to the donuts in the first place.
Right. So Saturday morning we woke up, we walked to Gardner's Basin to Gilchrist's and had breakfast there, and it was fantastic, as Gilchrist's always is. So spent a little bit of time just walking around Gardner's Basin, walked back to resorts, and drove over to Golden Nugget, where we just kind of walked through Golden Nugget real quick, walked through Harrah's real quick, and headed to Borgata, walked to Borgata from Harrah's, and did a bunch of gambling there. And I know I sent you the text message I took, or picture I took via text message of all of the free play I had at Borgata, which was quite strange, but I was happy to see it. Yeah, it's something like $200 in match play or something like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So
yeah, it was great.
Feels like we had been shut off for a little bit, so it's good to hear that you're back in the
I was
in
back
the system.
in the I don't know why. I haven't really played at Borgata at all in a long time before that. So or very little, maybe just a couple hours of craps here and there. But
maybe they're trying to get you back.
Yeah, I think it was more like I had a bunch of promos that were layered on top of each other. I think I had like $100 in basically Q1 that I got, and then $50 in the month of March, and then $50 for the weekend or something. So,
nice. So any Golden Nugget, real quick. Any progress update on the Bill's Barn Burger?
It was still closed. Yeah.
It's just a big ball that says.
Yeah. So we did not end up eating or doing anything in Golden Nugget or Harrah's, just walking through. So we actually stopped in Harrah's after we were done gambling at Borgata, and we're going to check out.
Stop at Harrah's.
Yes. Well, actually, we did not. We walked straight from Golden Nugget to Borgata. So
okay.
I misspoke. So it was our first stop in Harrah's.
Okay.
And we were going to try to check out Veracruz because I hadn't been there, but it was like 2 o'clock, and it is apparent Veracruz is dinner only. It seems.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Not lunch at all.
So that's 2 attempts to go to Veracruz that have both failed.
Right. So, we just ended up leaving Harrah's, heading back to Gold Nugget, getting in the car, and heading back out to the main part of Atlantic City, where we decided to go to White House, because it is something that I have never been to the original White House. I've only been to the White House in the Taj Mahal. And it was just something I wanted to check out. So we ended up waiting in the line outside to get a booth and ended up eating some White House.
Was it a long wait?
15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. There's always kind of a line out the door, though. So it moves fairly quickly, though.
Thoughts?
It was very good.
Yeah, I feel like I need to go to the original White House. I always feel like it's so out of the way that.
I mean, it's not really out of the way. It depends. I mean, if you're in like Caesars or Bally's, it's not a long walk at all. Right. We ended up just driving there because we were driving back from the marina. So I just kind of parked around the corner and went there. But it was very good. I ended up getting an Italian. I think I got some sort of a cheesesteak last time when I was there at Taj Mahal.
Yeah, that's.
But the Italian was very good. I think it's kind of
their
You
signature.
can get a better
thing.
sense of like how good a sub shop is from their cold cuts, because I think they're kind of there's a bigger range of possible outcomes in cold cuts.
Yeah.
Like you have really good ones and really bad ones, whereas I feel like cheesesteaks, like they're all just kind of good.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some really awful ones, but
Yeah.
For the most part, a good cheesesteak is a good cheesesteak. We've talked about this.
Yep.
Formica Brothers, you went to Formica Brothers?
Yeah, we went to Formica Brothers afterwards. It's right across the street basically, and just grabbed some dessert,
Nice.
just because it was right there and it was tasty as always. And then we ended up just heading back to resorts, and so it was probably like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I think we basically just gambled the rest of the night more or less. And then for dinner, we actually went to Eastwind, which I had never been to before, but I'm kind of always a big proponent of trying to check out the noodle bar in casinos because I tend to think they're generally pretty good, and Eastwind was no exception. I thought it was very nice.
So that's the resort's noodle bar?
It's the resort's Asian. Yeah, we're
So
kind of near the entrance, near like where the Margaritaville part is.
Yeah. So yeah, good stuff. I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, it's good, and they're always like, I mean, it's medium price, I guess, but for compared to the other options, the other dining options in resorts, I think it's reasonably inexpensive.
So did you get in a good amount of gambling at resorts? Are you expecting major offers, summer comps?
Unfortunately, I've already gotten my offers for May and June, and they are only Sunday through Thursday, so no weekend comps.
Disappointing.
I thought I gambled a decent bit at resorts, so I was kind of hopeful that maybe I'd get some summer comps, but didn't happen.
Do you know how many tier credits you got?
I don't know. Do you want me to check? I can do that if you want to talk while
their tier credits are like 1/1000th of a tier credit at Total Rewards.
I mean, the other problem is that
because
I was with Greg, who's a bit more of a table games player, so I didn't like to get like kind of major comps or whatever. Like I tend to do that if I play a bit more video poker, but I played table games basically the entire time. So
how is the gambling? Any gambling things of note at resorts? Like
not really. I think the gambling was all same rules. In terms of how it went, it was pretty up and down. It was a surprisingly flat trip for me because I tend to be someone who ends up either kind of well up or well down.
Yeah.
So, but no,
the opposite.
Yeah, it was. I had a very Craig Stone gambling experience the whole weekend. So,
I'm almost always either like minus 300 is the sort of high end, and plus 300 is sort of the high end for me. But I'm usually in the plus or minus 200 range, which is basically like breaking even. I feel like for a trip, if you're down less than $100 a night. I think that's pretty much breaking even.
Mm-hmm. So it turns out I have 10 tier points, which sounds pretty pitiful.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would be like 1,000 at Total Rewards.
Yeah,
I think.
So
I think it generally works out to 100 per tier credit, but it's probably not quite that. I had that all figured out at one point, but it's
right.
It's a lot of work.
So 600 tier credits at resorts is kind of the diamond equivalent. So it's pretty close to 1,000. Or it's pretty close to 10 to 1 compared to. Well, it actually depends.
No, it's
100. It's 15,000 for diamond.
Yeah,
but 5,000 in one day.
Right. So the earn rate on slots at resorts is $100 per tier credit, which is what 20 times
20
rewards.
Yes.
But obviously, I don't know how table games translate. But
so this is like me getting. What? Well, still that seems pretty, if it's 20 times, it's 200 tier credits.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
That's pretty weak.
Yeah, it's not
weak.
I wonder if resorts is very slots focused in there.
I don't know. I mean, either way, it was a good time. I'm happy I did it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I wasn't really worried about getting all the comps. I mean, we were obviously out and about quite a lot. We didn't gamble all that much.
Right.
So anyway, after Eastwind, we went to sleep Saturday night, woke up Sunday. I think Greg had something like 1:00 flight out of the Philadelphia airport because, much to his surprise, I told him that was by far the most convenient airport for me to drop him off at. Because I don't know, he's from the West Coast and didn't have a good grasp of East Coast geography, I guess. But okay. Philly turns out to be quite close to Atlantic City. Because he was saying like, hey, would it be easier for me to fly out of Newark or something? And I'm like, dear God, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Fly out of Philly, please. Yes. That is the only reasonable option.
Or BWI.
Unless he wanted to fly out of Atlantic City International.
Which is clearly the best option.
So anyway, he had like a 1:00 flight, but unfortunately we lost an hour Sunday night because that was the weekend of daylight savings time. So we were in a bit of a hustle on Sunday to get out in time. But
so I wonder if that's the day that the most people check out late.
Probably. I mean, it was something that I realized on Friday, but I didn't realize it until then. I'm like, oh crap, we're going to lose an hour on Sunday.
Yeah. So the best weekend to go is the fall daylight savings time change, which I've ended up in Atlantic City multiple times that weekend. And I think maybe even Vegas one time. Mm-hmm. And it's always like, yeah, it's like you got an extra hour of your vacation. It's great. And more importantly, well, what I always end up doing is like, it's like 3:00 in the morning. And I'm like, oh no, it's 2:00. I'm fine. And then I end up staying up till 5 or something stupid. But
wake up covered in toasted coconuts.
Yeah. Always end up with the Dunkin' Donuts. So good trip. How did Greg like it?
I think he enjoyed it quite a lot. So yeah, I know I was saying that maybe we should try to have him on just to get him for 10 or 15 minutes to get his thoughts. But I think he liked Atlantic City a lot, and I think he likes it for a lot of the same reason we like it. It's a bit more small and intimate, and not as Las Vegas-like as Las Vegas, I guess.
Did he buy a bunch of resort swag to wear on the West Coast?
Unfortunately, not that I noticed. I mean, he may have snuck down when I wasn't paying attention to buy a whole bunch, but I didn't see him buying any.
I regret my lack of resorts apparel.
Well, we can fix that for you.
That's true. Someday I'll go back to Atlantic City. It will happen.
Probably not.
Yeah, no. That's true. It probably won't ever happen. Just keep doing the podcast without ever going to EC.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's kind of what we've been known for the last couple of years, I think.
I got my diamond status back.
You got it back. Yeah, they fixed it for you.
Yeah, apparently it was a big hassle that Michael Traeger and Eric Rosenthal had to go through to get the Zorkfest winners reinstated. Yeah. So, but they did it. Unclear how long it will last, but at least my card says January of 2019. There's apparently it might, if I don't go, it might get reverted back to gold. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but hopefully that doesn't happen and I get to keep it. But worst case, I have a card that says January 2019, so I can go get status matches places.
Right, and I think it just came out today or something. I think that Hard Rock will be status matching. So
yeah, I saw, was that Mark in the Facebook group posted that?
Probably.
And posted a screenshot of a conversation of somebody asking, like, if you do any status match, will it still work if I sign up for their, like, premier member, like, thing now? And they said, no, it doesn't affect it. So I went ahead and signed up for that. So I feel special now because I'm a wildcard premier member at Hard Rock.
Always a shout out to Mark C., one of our most useful Facebook members, I think. Always posting the good stuff in the group.
He does.
Speaking of which, I think we can kind of jump into this.
Yeah. Why not?
So Mark C. posted a poll which has something like 200 responses or something like that in the Facebook group of which casino are you more excited for? And last I checked, it was something like 100 people were voting for Hard Rock and 60 or so were voting for Ocean. I personally voted for Ocean, which I think we've kind of talked about this a bit more, but you have not voted last I checked.
No, I voted this morning after I saw your note.
After you saw my note?
Yeah, I was going to yell at you. WTF. Yeah, I voted for Hard Rock. Uh-huh. And the reason for that is I think Hard Rock has done more to show me that they're doing a lot of stuff. I mean, obviously they, gutted the casino floor down to the studs and are totally redoing it. Ocean posted one picture of their like casino carpet, right? Saying like, we're redoing the casino floor. And I was thinking like, that looks a lot like the old Revel.
Right.
Which is fine.
There were some pictures of the rooms too, and they look exactly like the Revel as well.
I mean, they shouldn't change the rooms at all.
Right.
I don't think. But
I never stayed in the Revel, unfortunately, but by all accounts, they were very nice rooms.
Yeah, I didn't either, but yeah, I've heard they're excellent. The other, I mean, I think for us, like, yes, it would be exciting if it's just Revel again, but like, I've seen Revel and I love it, but my excitement about seeing the new Hard Rock and what Hard Rock's going to do, I think still outweighs my excitement about Ocean. And maybe that'll change when Ocean posts more stuff, but I'm going Hard Rock right now. And
well, I will say the one thing that makes me excited about Hard Rock is when it opens first, I'm going to get a free meal, right?
Oh, yes, that's true. Because I said Ocean would open first, right?
I believe that is correct.
Right.
I know we have a bet. I believe that I have the Hard Rock side.
Yes, that's correct. So one thing about that is that on April 18th, so next week, Hard Rock is going to do an announcement, and I think that announcement will be their grand opening date and their entertainment lineup, according to the Press of Atlantic City article.
It'll be interesting to see what that date is. We'll have to check in afterwards and see if that changes our opinion on which is going to open first. Because if it's like mid-July or something, I think that there's a chance that Ocean opens before that.
Yeah, I mean, Ocean's hiring. So, yeah, I mean, definitely, I think if they say it's, July 4th.
If it's like early June, then I think it's Hard Rock's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, if it's Memorial Day weekend or like within a couple of weeks of that, I think it's going to be really hard for Ocean to beat that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's July 4th weekend, which is not actually a weekend this year. I think it's like Tuesday or something. I wouldn't be surprised if it's mid-July. It could really be anything, but
they're probably going to open up on the same weekend, and it'll just be like Hard Rock's going to open at midnight on some day, and Ocean's going to open at like 6 a.m. that same day, and then I'm going to win, and then it's going to be great.
That'd be amazing. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what this press conference holds, and they certainly, their first press conference where they talked about the purchase was a lot of fanfare with a Bruce Springsteen cover band and all that stuff. So I'm assuming that this press conference will have similar fanfare. Hopefully it will be exciting, and we'll hear a bunch of stuff that makes us really excited.
Wednesday, right? Yes.
Yes, next Wednesday. So, yeah, it'll be cool to see. Hopefully I'm not changing my answer and saying like, ooh, now I'm not that excited for Hard Rock anymore, but that'd be very, very surprising. It would be quite the surprise.
You could change your answer in Facebook polls, so it'll be good. So speaking of Ocean, jumping around a little bit, the big announcement that kind of came out a couple weeks ago, I think, we have a link to a Wayne Perry article for AP, is that Ocean has partnered with Hyatt, and Ocean's going to be a Hyatt property. So what do you think this means, Greg?
So it's a little unclear to me what it means and really what this partnership means. Like, it doesn't seem to me like it's going to be branded Hyatt so much. It's going to be part of this, like, whatever it's called, Unbound. Is that what it It's some hotel group that's going to be sort of under Hyatt. It is the Unbound Collection. And so my guess is that it's sort of like they're going to use Hyatt's reservation system and have some partnership with Hyatt in that way, and like it'll be part of their loyalty program. But, I'm guessing Hyatt's not going to be really involved in most of the day-to-day. Right. Like, you're not going to notice much Hyatt stuff. Like, I would be surprised if anything is really branded Hyatt inside, but maybe that's wrong. So I don't know. I mean, if it's related to the loyalty program, that may actually be a big thing for Ocean, because, it is a very, very nice hotel. So getting people who maybe are not entrenched in the Total Rewards or M Life or that kind of stuff, loyalty programs, but have Hyatt loyalty, getting them to maybe come. Also, it'll probably get them a bunch of marketing opportunity to people who are in the Hyatt loyalty program. So presumably it's a good thing. I can't really see how it would be a negative for them.
Right.
So
I mean, I think the one thing is, friend of the podcast, and I guess podcaster himself, Eric Rosenthal, posted in the Facebook group that he thinks this might kind of depress the number of rooms available for gaming comps because they will have to have comps available for Hyatt Club members, essentially.
Yeah, for points users for that.
Right.
Yeah, interesting.
Points users like you, Craig.
Yeah.
Get those Hyatt points, get your free room in Ocean.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be in whatever tier is like 25,000 or 27,000 Hyatt points. So you can transfer, if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. They do,
which you do,
yes,
which
I
do. Also do too because I used your
right. So they do 1-to-1 transfer to Hyatt. So if it's a reasonable rate and you're not getting comps elsewhere, that may be an opportunity to do a transfer.
Yeah, are you excited? This means that you can probably get summer comps, right, Craig?
Well, except that if it's 27,000 points, like I can use 27,000 points for other travel to get. 400 something worth, like 400 and whatever that would be. 5. I don't know what the math is.
Oh, 50. Yeah, right. Because it's 50% bonus through the.
Right. So that's an expensive room at that point. But, if it's 15,000 points, then that would be worth it. So we'll see. We'll see what that means. I'm guessing this Unbound collection thing is going to be higher end properties that are more expensive.
I would imagine it's going to be a lot of points. But, it's nice just to have that option for people who want to come to Atlantic City and stay in a nice property but don't necessarily have the gaming history in the city to get a room there. Although I would think if you game anywhere, you probably have some CET availability. But it's just nice to have that extra option.
Sure. Yeah,
it's a good thing as far as I'm concerned.
And I'm sure there are people
even if it depresses the number of casino comps you get slightly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge property. I'm assuming they're still going to comp a decent number of rooms, but I don't know. Revel didn't, so maybe they won't.
Yeah. Well, I think at the end the Revel was, but.
So do either of this Ocean or Hard Rock news change your excitement? Or are you still going Ocean?
Yep.
You're not so excited about Hyatt?
I'm not excited about Hyatt.
Oh yeah, right. Yes, the other
right. Because I had Ocean. The thing for me is just I love Revel so much, and it's very possible that like once I really see Hard Rock, I could end up loving it a lot. But like I think of the Taj when I think of Hard Rock now, and that's not a property that I loved. So
yeah, that's understandable.
I think like Hard Rock has to I need to see something from Hard Rock for it to have any chance of kind of surpassing like them just reopening Revel, which by all counts it seems that that's what they're doing.
Well, I'll say the Hyatt thing and all the hiring announcements and stuff.
It's promising. They're good signs.
Right, yeah. It makes me more excited because it makes it seem more imminent. And so, and the Hyatt thing does give it an air of legitimacy beyond just like, here's this company that came in that you don't know much about, is just going to reopen the doors and everything's going to be exactly the same. Like, it does make it feel more like, oh, this is going to be a well-run operation and not like whatever it is that Straub was trying to do when he was like didn't even have a reservation system and said he was going to open and all that stuff. So
right, that's when better. He didn't even have approval from the city to open and said he was going to open.
Yeah,
good times.
The thing that would make it the most exciting is if we could drink on the boardwalk while we walked from Ocean to Hard Rock to Resorts to Bally's to Caesars to Trop.
So, right, our friends at Route 40, I believe. Eleanor Cumley, to be specific, star of the last episode of Due for a Win, wrote about that the Atlantic City Council voted in favor of allowing some sort of expanded outdoor drinking, which I believe was not a step that was taken in prior years. I know that it usually ended up being split the last couple of years, I think.
Well, they so just what this tabled the vote last year, I think, and didn't vote on it. But
maybe, but I also remember some 4-4 votes in the past as well. But it might have been for something else. So what does this mean? Kind of nothing right now because the city doesn't get to decide the drinking laws. I mean, it's a state thing, but at least the city has put out there now in some sort of official manner that they want this to happen, and we'll see if the state ends up taking it up or not. What do you think, Craig?
I mean, we've been loudly in favor of this since the beginning of the podcast, and nothing's changed for me.
It's
at all.
Encouraging that it's gone through the city. So,
yeah, I mean, you'd think that certainly the sort of boardwalk businesses would be on board. I don't know about the casinos because maybe this is one of those things that they see as taking people, encouraging people to go outside, which they hate. But yeah, I mean, to me, it just seems like anything that encourages people to walk around the boardwalk is a good thing. And I would think if you are an owner of a boardwalk casino, you would want this attraction to draw people away from the marina into the boardwalk, especially with, you've already got that draw now of Hard Rock coming in and hopefully Ocean being a draw. So it would be interesting to see if we get this like major shift toward the boardwalk, since it seems like everything's been going out toward the marina the last, I don't know, since Borg opened, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just encouraging that this step has been taken, and it's something that they haven't been able to do the last couple of years. And at this point, no one knows if it's actually going to be something that happens this summer or not. But we can be enthusiastic and hopeful, and certainly this is something that me and you have both been behind since the very, very early episodes of this podcast.
Yeah,
almost 2.5 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, so I mean, it's unclear exactly sort of the distance that it would work. They don't want it to go all the way towards the new Stockton campus.
Right. Yeah, that was specifically mentioned. They didn't want it at Stockton. They didn't want it kind of between maybe Hard Rock and Gardner's Basin, though they said they did want it in Gardner's Basin. Right. And then they also mentioned maybe having it go down Tennessee Ave a little bit, which makes sense to me.
Yeah, so that beer garden that supposedly was going to open last year and never opened, the Bungalow Beer Garden, they, I guess, are in favor of it. So,
right.
Yeah.
That is actually open now. Did you know that, Craig?
Oh, really? The one down by Trop?
Yes, indeed. It opened, I think, the weekend. It either was the weekend I was in Atlantic City or the following weekend. And you would have known this if you'd listened to the last episode. Shame on you.
Oh, nice. So that's Bungalow Beer Garden. So that's a different thing than this one on Tennessee Avenue.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this Tennessee Avenue would be Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall.
But it's good for win personal favorites. Well, for you, Irish Pub, and for me, Piccalilli. So,
yeah, it would be good.
So, kind of just one more quick piece of news is that I believe was it Stockton College that came out with the report that we had the lowest number of visitors in a long time in Atlantic City in 2017. Which seems like bad news, but also just a few days ago, we had the profitability reports for last year from the casinos, which seem to have good news in it. So how do you kind of square the fact that we did not have very many people in Atlantic City, but it seemed to be a pretty decent year in terms of bottom line results for the casinos, Craig?
Obviously the profitability numbers are good. We've talked before, I think last year when these came out, that we don't put too much stock into the profitability numbers.
Well, I'm more of a top line kind of guy than a bottom line
in the gambling revenue, which the gambling revenue was up in 2017. We talked about that in episode 60.
Yes, and it's been a
dismal
dumpster fire so far in 2018.
So yeah, I mean the combination of the 2018 dumpster fire so far and the low visitor numbers make me very nervous. I mean, I think there are a bunch of ways the profitability can go up. You're probably better to talk about this than me, and we can talk about it more in depth in the future. But, lack of capital expenditures, which we've talked about as a problem, like that can boost profit. There are just a lot of ways to...
Yeah, I know it's something that I wanted to talk about in this episode, but I just didn't have the time to really dig into the profitability report as much as I wanted to. So it is something I'm going to do. Hopefully, if work gets a little bit less crazy, I'll spend a little bit of time and really just jump into the numbers and see what I can figure out from them. Having some sort of a higher degree in finance, I should be able to do that. But
a very quick sort of distillation for me of this is it would seem that the casinos are making more money per visitor.
Right. Something else that came out was that there's been, this was last year we talked about this, but there was a report that there's a lot fewer passenger planes coming into Atlantic City Airport, but a lot more junkets, right?
Right.
I think that was something we talked about.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense for both of these results, right? You're not having as many people flying into the city, but the people who are coming to gamble, right? If they're on junkets.
Sure. But so I think, that's good. More money per visitor is good, but that could just be a sign of, a general macroeconomic, whatever, like gains in the general economy, people having more expendable income. But, especially with 2 new casinos open, you need more people coming to the city. And so whether that's 2 new casinos bring more people to the city or whether they just siphon off more of the declining attendance from or visitorship from the other casinos, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I mean, it makes me nervous because especially, like I said, the first 2 months data have been so bad that it's, if people are spending more and they're now being attracted to other places, which is obviously sort of the story of the Atlantic City gambling economy.
Right, of course, yeah, with all the casinos opening around in the surrounding area.
Right, like that's very, very concerning. But so I'm nervous about it. I would not say I'm as excited by the profitability numbers as I am nervous about the low visitation. So I don't know. We need some serious rebounds in the next couple months. We'll probably
we definitely. I would like to see a strong March and April, or like at least a couple strong months before Hard Rock and Revel open to feel good about things.
Yeah, because I mean,
Hard Rock and Ocean.
Presumably there will be like some gains when Hard Rock and Ocean open. Otherwise, it would be a disaster. But
right, of course,
like resort wide. But yeah, it would be nice to see a couple positive months going into that.
I mean, just my impression from when I was there in March is it seemed fairly busy in resorts. I mean, it had the look of a decent weekend for them. So
yeah, I mean, even when I went when it had just snowed a foot or whatever it had snowed, I thought it was remarkably crowded, and that was in January, and then it turned out January was a completely dead month for them.
Right.
So I don't really understand how all that happens, but
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a issue of midweek stuff, but I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that midweek is just a complete ghost town. And
my impression of the weekend I went in March is that it was quite crowded. I was happy with the number of people in the city.
Yeah, so hopefully that translates into actual dollars.
All right. I think that was all we had. That was a pretty neat and tidy little episode, I think.
Yeah.
Sweet. So Craig, I guess the big question is, when are we going to record again? If you're going back to work next week, and nighttime recording may not be a possibility.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And you're not as laissez-faire as me about taking off time from work, I think, especially given that you just took 8 weeks off or whatever.
Yeah, I have basically 0 leave. So we'll see. I think I have half a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we sort of went, 3 weeks and then 3 weeks with.
Yeah,
with
it's a little longer than I would have liked, unfortunately, but.
I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to kind of play it by ear, and hopefully Holden decides he's
going to sleep.
Going to sleep.
A reasonable time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's something we can play by ear, and if it looks like he's due to go down a little early, you can let me know, and we can throw something together real quick. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it was nice to do this again, and hopefully start getting back into the groove. I mean, I think we knew, we talked about it beforehand, we knew that it was going to be a tough 6 months for the podcast, and it kind of has been. So
has it been? We're powering through, and we're making this the best 6 months for the podcast.
Yeah, maybe. People who have too many podcasts to listen to have been happy.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
It's a common problem, I think, among podcast listeners.
Yeah. So I haven't commuted in almost 7 weeks now.
Yeah, so you have listened to no podcast, right?
Right. So my backlog is just insurmountable. Like I'll never get through all of it. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You should listen to Due for a Win episode 69 probably before you
yes.
do anything. It should be at the top of your list. And 70, I guess, once this comes out.
Sure. Yeah, I'd probably just skip a bunch of episodes of other stuff.
Right. Less important podcasts. There should be no podcast more important to any of you than Due for a Win.
That's true.
Anything else before I close this down, Craig?
No, hopefully we'll be back in a few weeks.
Yeah, hopefully we
weeks.
Can keep the momentum, which I don't know if you can call it momentum after one episode going.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Hopefully we can start some momentum and get another episode out in a week or two. And hopefully I can put something together about the profitability numbers that came out. I would like to really jump into them. It's just a question of finding time, but I think I'll be able to do something. But if you want to join us or any of our other very helpful listeners, like Mark C., for example, you could do so at our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/doforawin. You can find all of our great content at doforawin.com. Find our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, and sometimes YouTube. Reach out to us on Twitter at doforawin or send questions to doforawin@gmail.com. When's the last time you checked that, Craig?
Oh, I get notifications on my phone. We've been getting a lot of spam.
Oh, sweet.
There are a few that I have not responded to that I'm being incredibly slow about. But, when I have a few minutes when I'm not holding a child or trying to get a child to brush their teeth or go to sleep, answering emails usually isn't what I want to do.
Instead, it's just been all Stardew Valley.
Yeah, that happens at like 2 a.m.
Yeah. Let's say I've gotten more than one message from Craig complaining about how he's missed a bunch of days at Stardew Valley because he fell asleep playing it. It's happened more than once.
This has happened twice that I've fallen asleep and a bunch of days just cycle through. If you had never played Stardew Valley, this is going to make no sense, but yeah. I'm not going to explain it.
You bet. It's our podcast, so.
Yeah. The Stardew Valley podcast.
Yes.
My farm is the
Atlantic City and Stardew Valley.
Yeah. Due for a Win farm, by the way.
Yeah.
DEW, Due for a Win.
Yeah,
farm.
for Stardew.
Yeah, exactly.
I note that you did post about Stardew Valley on Facebook a couple days ago, too.
I did.
All right. Well, I think that is about it. Thank you guys very much for listening in, and hopefully we'll have another episode out for you guys in a couple weeks. So have a good one.
Well, when we're, at the pearly gates and they play this recording back to us before hitting the whatever trapdoor button to send us straight to hell.
That's right.
That's how it works. It's all just like Pee-wee's Playhouse up there, I'm pretty sure.
Right. It'll be a fun slide down, though.